morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time zone you may be in. This show reaching all of the time zones live on the internet. I'm going to talk about some spinners, some hardware, some spoons. My favorite way to catch a fish. Clearly these are in the salmon steelhead department. One of the most rewarding ways to hook a fish is on some good old-fashioned hardware. But wanted to discuss some of the differences we have here and how those differences might affect your success rate when you hook a fish, and specifically some of the downsides of a standard spoon when it comes to catching a steelhead or a wild coho. And when I say wild, I mean wild in spirit, maybe not the freedom fin. But we got a couple brand new ones here and a couple of modified ones here. You can see the difference when you open up a spoon from the store. Often it comes with a treble hook, which I don't use. And the hook is affixed with this ring, this split ring here, straight to the spoon. And as it's going through the water and the fish grabs it, a lot of times the fish will spin, and eventually this can kink and the fish can pull the hook out. Now, when you got one of these setups with a swivel in there, the fish can do whatever it wants. It's separated from the spoon, so it can't use the spoon or the spinner as a lever to get off. Completely free. So how do we put that on here? What does that look like? Another great option. These Blue Foxes are a little bit better about it because the center can rotate without the swivel, but it'll still happen to where this hook will get wrapped up like this or this, and it'll get stuck. So what you do, we'll use this spoon to start off. We want to take this treble hook off. And luckily this one has a ring on it already, which is a bonus because these rings, that's one way where you'll get gouged in price. A package of those rings can cost a couple bucks, which is a ripoff. So we're gonna get our pliers here and open up that ring and slide that hook through it. And this is pretty simple, take the hook off. You got two different types of swivels. Got these heavy duty ones. They're pretty big. This is a size 5. But when you're using a hardware like this, I don't think the size is as important as if you were like drift fishing or whatever. You want to use the smallest gear you can. This would be more like for a trout. Much smaller, much more fragile. So a big fish might break or bend this, or it might not spin if you put enough pressure on it. So we take one of these. You want to make sure you put it on the right side of the spoon, which is usually the back side is here. So we want to make sure to put this down here. So we're going to open up the ring like that. We're going to put the swivel on. All right. Got our swivel on there. And then to put a hook on, you have to buy hooks that are open eye. Open eye barbless. I'm not using a 4/0. That's giant for this spoon. It'd be way too big. But I got some smaller open eye hooks. When you buy a spinner like this one, and it comes with a hook, it will be an open eye hook, which is just, this part's open, so you can hook it on there. I like to use this hook. instead. So it's pretty simple. You just hook that on like so. And then with my reel pliers, I will crimp it down. And obviously then I will pinch my barb, because it's all barbless around in these parts. Now you got yourself a spoon where it extends the hook out away from the spoon a little bit. And when the fish comes in at the side to grab it, see if I can reenact this fish coming in. Sometimes they grab it like this. Usually it's from the side. And then you got them. If it's a real small fish, which obviously you don't want small fish, you want the big boys, it might miss the hook. But a good sized fish will always get that. So here we got one with a hook that came with it, but I added the swivel. Some of these spoons don't come with the split ring, so you have to buy those. Luckily, these all pretty much do. Here's one with a split ring and a hook and no swivel. And I always orient the hook up, because you fish at this direction. The hook's up, and that helps with snagging rocks and sticks that are on the bottom. Sometimes you can float over them. But like I said, when this coho grabs this hook, it will start to do a death roll. And you will definitely get this scenario, which when I spin here, it's putting a lot of strain right here. And when they get in that shallow water, they can flip it out like that, and then their mouth pops off, and then you're a very sad person. Sad and depressed watching a nice fish get away at the bank. So, let's do it one more time. I'll do a little less talking. There's your setup. You're going to be killing them. Now when you get one of these blue foxes, the hook is attached without a ring. It's a hook to that loop. A little bit closer here. A regular blue fox, the hook, the treble is attached directly to this loop. Not that ring was an addition. So you have to cut it off. Now, you really got to have some decent pliers, cutters, to cut that off. But I'll tell you from experience, if you cut this part, you're screwed. Your whole spinner's garbage. So you got to be extra careful. But that's how you do it. Get a very high success rate when the fish bites this. I'd say a 9 out of 10 times you're going to land that bad boy. Where this right here, shoot, it's a 50-50 if they'll shake that out, if they'll twist it off. So hope that helps you. Hope you enjoyed that. And good luck out there, and adios.